Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Are you hungry for wheel-to-wheel action, salivating for some sublime slipstreaming shenanigans, fanging for some fast, furious Formula One frottage? Well, if you are as excited as I am, you are in for a real treat. It's round 10 of Inter's Racing League. You join us today for Tier 2, battling it out at the Hungarian Grand Prix. The Hungaroring, otherwise known as Monaco without the barriers, presents some unique challenges with a healthy mix of low and high speed corners and an average lap speed of about 200 kilometers per hour. With a length of 4.3 kilometers, 14 corners and 2 DRS zones, overtaking on this track is extremely difficult, so a decent qualifying lap, good tyre strategy and mental endurance is the key to achieving points today. The first official F1 meet was held here in 1986 and it became the first Formula One Grand Prix behind the Iron Curtain. It's a classic circuit and we absolutely love racing here. Joining me today in the IRL comms box today is longtime Inters member and driver, IRL Ethan. My name's Tetris. Welcome to Season 5, Tier 2, Round 10. Welcome back to the comms box, mate. How are you? It's good to have you here today.
Yeah, it's great to be back after a long stint over in the States with the World of Outlaws and just being back around these beautiful cars. Just the sights walking into the paddock, mate, it was unreal. It's great to be back and it's great to see these drivers keen to get out on the track for some hard, fast racing.
Absolutely. There's such a buzz around the paddock today. We may even see a little bit of weather. I'm not trying to jinx it, but I have seen the weather forecast. And I think we might be in for a little bit of rain later on, but it's looking a bit dark. The sun's still out a little bit. We'll see how the rest of quali goes. We've got just under 15 minutes left. Few very quick stats. Overall constructors across the 3 tiers. We've got Williams in the lead, but only just by 12 points. Ferrari and McLaren are sniffing the gearbox very close behind. In Tier 2, McLaren, Ferrari and Haas are having a great battle, only 36 points between first and third. Do you know who's top of the timing sheets in Tier 2? Have you got that?
Not at this stage on track though.
I can tell you. It's Mercy. Mercy, who was the Tier 2 champion last season. He is he's on top at the moment. He's about 18 points ahead of Marty B for Ferrari. So they're all starting outlaps, not starting. We've got half the grid done, installation laps. They're trying to get some quick laps on the track, on the board before this weather closes in. Silpil doing a 1:16 flat, which is 5/10 quicker than Tier 3 last night, which you would expect.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, these drivers might still be a tier down from the best, but they're still going to throw everything they have at it to prove that they are ready to move up to that next level, take that next milestone leap to a Tier 1 driver, which everyone in this league oh so desperately wants.
That's it. So we're just on board with Mercy at the moment. He's coming through into the final sector. Coming into the final sector, about to finish his lap. A couple more corners as he goes around turn 13. Straightens up for the run up to turn 14, down into 4th, round the corner, on the throttle as quickly as he can, round the final corner, and that puts him only into P13. That's, McLaren's going to be wanting to get a bit higher up on the grid in that, but that's fine. It's only the first lap. He's probably got time for another couple of laps. Maybe he's fueled up for some more. Mehdi doing a 1:35. I'm guessing he is doing a double out lap.
Well, I can't help but notice that there's clouds that started to take the sun away for a bit, so weather imminent, I would say. It's definitely on the way. How long long these drivers are going to have to get some dry laps in, I'm not 100% sure.
No. And let's have a quick look. I'm just on board with Medi at the moment. He is coming through the final sector. He is a good 17 seconds down on his 35, so that's going to put him about 118 or maybe the mid 117s. Doesn't look like there's rain yet on the Halo. And as Medi comes around the final corner...
ISO is around... he's around at turn 1.
Medi puts his car up into P9. Sorry, who was that? ISO's round.
ISO, yeah, he's spun it at turn 1. Looks like on the exit of turn 1, that outside curb, infamous. If you get it wrong on the exit, it will turn you, and he's going from one side of the track to the other.
Yep, that left... you're talking about the curb on the left on the exit.
The outside, yeah, on the exit, yeah.
Yep, that's a dire one. I accidentally clipped that last night and had a half spin, didn't hit the wall, but yeah, it is definitely one to steer clear of as much as possible. We've got yellows in sector 3, but I think it's just a car wanting to...
I'll give it away, maybe.
Just Sam going back into the pits in the Williams. Who we got? T8 unit. T8 unit is... I think he's about to... No. I have a feeling he's on his... Yeah, I don't think he's doing a lap. He's got absolutely no DRS left. ERS, no battery. Who's we got? We've got Aussie, PRL Aussie, Grido and Bopton. They are all... Bopton just doing a purple middle sector. He's about 2/10 up on his lap at the moment, which puts him down into up into P2 if he can maintain that. As he comes around the final few corners. Let's see if he can push...
Grido takes the fastest lap.
Oh, Bopton does go up into P3. But yes, as you say, Grido has gone into the 115s. It's a nice lap from Grido, who is, I think he's the TP for Aston Martin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that is correct. He is TP of Aston Martin.
Who are you on board with at the moment, Ethan?
I am looking at Sam. He is on his outlap though. Just going through the field quickly. Sam is coming around in the last corner now to come across the line.
No, he's just starting a lap now. If you
Yeah,
look at his if you look at his battery, I'm pretty sure he's just starting his lap now. Who else is on laps at the moment? Let's we'll come back to Santa because he is up on his time. He's made a half-tenth improvement in the first sector.
Yep. PRL Aussie is coming up to the last corner now on his lap.
Alright, let's stick on board with him.
Second last to last corner now. Goes a little bit wide and invalidated.
He's invalidated.
Into the pits.
Dives into the pits. It's a real shame. He was, how far was he up? Did you notice?
I didn't see how far he was up, but he was definitely pushing that car to its absolute limit. Sam Martial just on a lap now. I think he's finished a lap. Actually.
Just on board with Marty B, who is P2 in the championship. Shout out to my old teammate at AlphaTauri, who's now driving for Ferrari. He is, he's coming through the final sector now, round corner turn 11 down to turn 12, and we'll follow him for the next couple of corners. He has achieved a purple middle sector, which is lovely. Keeps it clean on turn 13, sorry, and then coming around 14 on the throttle, nice lap, finishing lap, puts it up into P6. Well done.
That's a decent lap there.
That's a bloody fine lap.
That's good on the bloke. That's a great lap from him.
Who else?
Yellows is
Daniel Starr is Daniel Starr was on a lap, but I think he invalidated. So did you say yellows? I think they're just
There
slowing down.
was there was a yellow. It looked like FRL Napadon, so if I butchered your name, come to a complete stop from what it looked like on the mini-map as
Oh,
he approached the last few corners. I'll stay on board for him for a lap, see what he can do. He's currently second in the timing ladder, 1:16.047 for him.
he does get on that outside curb on turn two.
He'll take the inside and
Turn
the
one,
outside
sorry.
curve.
Yes. So this is a very tricky section of the track. You've got to ride that curb, stay off that left-hand curb because you will grind like a skateboard up to turn 6 and 7, which is a very difficult, challenging. No, not 6 and 7. Turn four. Round turn five to turn towards 6 and 7. That's the chicane in the second sector. Does that quite neatly. Let's see on the split as he comes through to the third sector if he has actually improved. It looks like as he comes down to turn 12, he is up about just under half a tenth. So that won't put him in front of Griddo, but it will definitely get him into the 115s. So if he can improve in these last couple of corners,
Maybe not in the last, maybe not into the 15s. He might just fall try by a millisecond, I reckon. And he goes
oh,
quick time.
oh, he does. Look at that.
1:59.26.
He's beaten him by less than half a tenth. That's a great lap. Purple all sectors. Well done, Natabian.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut next time about it.
What's that?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut next time about it. So that's a
No,
great
no,
lap he's
good.
put out there.
He's really and he was struggling for battery in those last couple of corners because he only
Yeah,
started that push lap. Yeah, I think he started it on about 68-70% battery, and
yeah.
from
So
memory, I think you need about 75% battery to do a full lap on hot lap. Oh, Silpil's gone up into
that's
115.6.
that's a good 300s there between the next quickest car. So that's a great lap from him.
So this is Silpil's debut. So I raced with him in OSRL in Tier 3. And I can tell you now, he shouldn't be in Tier 3 in OSRL. There's a bit of a controversy him being placed in Tier 2, but looking at his qualifying, there might be some further discussions about his tier allocations. But he's in this tier at the moment. He's racing today, so we will take that offline and during the season break there might be some discussions, but we'll see how we go. Qualifying doesn't mean everything. Qualifying's good.
You can put the car on the front of the grid any day you like, but if you can be consistent throughout the entire of the race, that's what counts.
It is. Exactly. Consistency is key, and this is a bloody long race here at Hungary. 36 laps. And if you... I was just on board with Mertz. He pushed Marty Bede back into P7 and jumps up into P6. Mertz being the driver for Haas.
You're saying it is a long race, and yes, it is a long race, but it could also be a bit of a tricky one because there's not that many overtaking places around this track. There's only one or two that you can think of, and that's into one, maybe into two if you're feeling pretty brave, or if you want to be extremely brave, into the braking zone of turn 11.
That's it. Last night there were a few drivers or a couple of incidents where people tried to overtake at the turn 4 at the top of the hill, and that didn't end well for a couple of the drivers. And so yeah, like you say, it's a challenging track in any conditions, whether it's wet or dry. It's difficult to overtake in the dry, and it's even more difficult to overtake if there's a bit of rain around. Just was on board with Daniel Starr just then. It's his first race for Williams, so welcome Daniel Starr to Williams and Tier 2. Good to see you out there, brother.
Just
So,
running on board at the moment with Mercy. He's looking pretty quick at the moment. He's a second up on his time, and he's currently sitting in P16. So he might be looking at a possible top 10 here, if he can keep the lap together.
let's follow him across the line. He's kept it clean. There's no red on my screen on the mini map. He's comes around the final corner, stays off that curb, and yeah, top 5, P5, well done.
Great
And
lap.
16-1. Still six.
That's a good 11 places there gain.
That's a bloody cracking lap from Mercy. Well done, son. Just edges out Daniel Star by just over a tenth. A little bit of friendly rivalry between those two drivers. Well, there's friendly rivalry between all the drivers, but those ones, there's a bit of chat earlier on. Who's on a lap at the moment? Alan Sanders on a lap. So might jump on board with him to see how he's going through Sector 2. Currently in P13. And ISO skits as well, P14. There is an absolute flurry of activity. There's so many cars on track. I'm pretty sure every car except for about 15 cars on track.
So,
Yep. Santa improves, puts himself up into P9. Santa driving for Alpha Tauri. My teammate from Season 4. Shout out to the Swiss connection.
I'm on board with Clippo now as the checkered flag falls in the session, and it looked like he went purple in Sector 1 again as he makes his way up through the middle sector. This is everyone's last flying lap. And again, he's 200ths quicker than his last time. Quick time, 1:15.602 for FRL Nanabin.
Yeah, Natobian puts his car up onto provisional P1, but as Silpil comes around the final corner, as you say, he was 2 tenths up. So I have a feeling, yep, he, wow.
That is a monster lap.
That is an absolute monster. You're absolutely right. What can Grido do as a, he's in a little bit of traffic. I didn't see his sector timing for Sector 2, but he has actually invalidated, so he won't be improving. What can Bopton do? Bopton is coming around the final corner, avoids Grido as he dives into the pits. Bopton, does he improve? No, he does not. Mercy's the only one that's on it. No, Mercy's coming to the pits. That is qualifying.
That's G1 done.
Whizzikins. Ethan, that is a absolute massive lap by Silpil. And I saw a message come through from our head admin that this will be Silpil's first and final race in Tier 2. I have a feeling that that's answered the questions for all of the people who were wondering, is he in the right tier? But
he's a Tier 1 driver for sure. To come out and pull a 15.2 in Q1 on debut, that's... You can't make this stuff up. He's in the wrong tier.
No, well, we didn't make it up. You saw it.
So, Q1 done and dusted. Silpil will take the fastest lap time. Qualifying complete, sorry.
Yep, we know what you meant, mate. So we've got, very quickly, Silpil P1, FRL Natobian P2, Grido P3, Bopton P4, T8 unit reserving in the Red Bull P5, PRL Aussie P6, Yusuf 7, Mercy P8, Daniel Star P9, ISO Skits P10, Gordo P11, Mertz P12, Marty B 13, Santa P14, Medi 15, 16 is Sam, Broseph P17, and I missed out the rest because I spoke too slow. But that's okay. I think it was Jeneth P17, Someone else in P18 and Kaio P19. Sorry if I've forgotten. Oh my goodness! The rain, the heavens have opened. The rain is falling.
This is going to be a tricky race to call.
Yeah, memories of Hungary 20. Was it 2020 or 2021 when Bottas took out half the grid on
I
turn
think it
one?
was. I think it was 21 because it was his last year at Mercedes,
Mm,
and there was also that championship battle,
there was.
controversial battle. So
I think it was the same year that Max Verstappen went into the barrier on the installation lap, and they had to fix the Red Bull suspension on the grid. Was that? I think it was the same one. Anyway,
I think that was the year before. But
was it?
point is,
Yeah,
it's wet.
it is wet. It's quite moist, and we don't have a formation lap. So, oh, we do have a formation lap. Okay, I didn't think we had formation laps. Well, we've got a little bit more time to bullshit. Let's put in the tyres. Yep, no surprises there. Everybody's on intermediates. Be crazy to go out there on anything apart from that. I wonder if it's a changeable or whether it's going to be full intermediates the whole way. I've already got a couple of DSQs.
So we'll go through the grid. Fuel Pill on pole position with that monster lap, and behind him FRL Nadabin. Gross, Gritto and Bopton coming out of row number 2 and row 3 T8 unit reserving and PRL Aussie. 7th is Yusuf and 8th is Mercy. Daniel Starr coming out of position number 9 and ISO Skids out of position number 10. Gordo, Mertz and Matty B is 11, 12, 13. Santa, 14. Matty coming in 15. He can do better. I know he's going to push hard in the race. And same with Sam out of 16. Bit of a poor qualifying. And I know he's going to push throughout this whole Grand Prix. Joseph out of 17. Jenneth out of 18. Bang out of 19. And Kai from the back serving a qualifying ban this race. As the field is fairly spread out as they make their way up to the grid through the second last corner, the leader is now, and Kai Tonic is just coming up to turn 11.
Yeah, he's going to be sitting on the grid for quite a while with those tyres. But look,
you talk about sitting on the grid for a while. You've got a feel for Matty B and Mertz have been sitting there since they were going around turn 1. So we'll see how this plays out.
their tyres are going to be like ice. But another DSQ, PRL Aussie, unfortunately. Jenneth Lee DSQ'd. Who do you want to sit on board with?
Let's go somewhere around the mid-pack, I think. We'll wait for the rest of the field to line up. Lights come on.
I'm going to sit on board with Natobian. And away they go. Silpil gets a really strong start. Natobian coming up the inside. There's a race down to turn 3. Oh, McLaren goes to the inside. Looks like they're all through quite cleanly at the moment. There's a lot of changes on the side screen at the moment, but looks like we have all drivers still on the grid. T8 gets swamped by Daniel Starr. Mercy is up a couple of positions as well. Daniel Starr and T8 are actually battling through that middle sector of turn 3. As they get to the top of the hill, everyone through cleanly. There's a little bit of too wide action, but looks like there's a lot of space being given and a lot of respect. Oh, T8 gets very close to Aussie right there, going around turn 5. But as they get through the chicane of turn 6, 7, we've got a car that's gone off. And I can see carbon fibre at the back. T8 unit, I think, has come together with... Yep, he's lost the front left end plate. Yeah. He's going to be diving into the pits.
Nettie as well has a bit of wing damage, possibly. There's another yellow. I think that's Rosa. Maybe ISO, actually.
ISO, yeah. ISO's missing his right end.
3 white coming to turn 11. up at the back here. This is great fighting. Nice and clean. It's still fairly bunched together in some places as they come around to finish lap 1.
And at the end of lap 1, we have Silpil, who has raced away. He's over a second away. Grido's maintained P2. Actually, Grido's gone up into P2. Let's have a quick look at the changes, position changes. Natobian and Grido have swapped positions. Bopton stayed in P4. Mercy, Daniel Star both up 3 positions. Yusuf stayed in P7. Aussie down 2 positions. And Sam is the winner at the end of the middle of lap 2, up 7 positions for Williams. Well done, Sam.
Yeah, I knew he was going to push hard in at the start of this one, and I did see him in the formation laps. So it's good to see him back up where he belongs. There's a bit of a mistake from, I think, Aussie as they come through the chicane. Doesn't seem to hurt the car or hold anyone up, and we stay going.
Just on board with Sam because he's got Gordo right up the clackers through this into this third sector, but he's maintaining his position. Gordo gets a really good launch out of turn 12, but as they come around turn 13, Sam's still maintaining that position.
Yeah, going through the last corner, just the battle ahead. Yusuf and Aussie are going at it. Aussie wants to get past. He's going to look for the dive bomb into turn 1. Thinks better of it. As they make their way around the hairpin, down the hill. This is the battle for 7th here. Possibly 6th.
Looks like Mercy and Bopton are having a great battle up ahead, but Daniel Starr's dropped behind Mercy 2.5 seconds. And there's a great battle here going on for P6. Got Yusuf, PRL and Aussie, and also Sam on the tail of Daniel Starr, who seems to be struggling in these conditions. I don't know if he's gone off the track as well. I don't know. He's got damage. I thought he had damage there. He's just dropped down a couple of positions, and then he's got his teammate right behind him, Sam, right behind him as they come into the third sector. He's really struggling, and he's got that 3-second penalty from track extension.
Yeah, first penalty of the race, and it looks like Mercy is now going to have a crack at Bopton.
Yeah, let's stick on board with them. You take us through it.
Going up through the last corner here. Down the front straight. He's going to be close enough to possibly go for a dive bomb. He's chewing through his DRS. He's got to think about it. Defensive goes Bopton. And round turn 1. Normally in the drive this would be a DRS straight. A little spin there from Mercy into the braking zone of turn 2. And it's a quick flick into 3. Going up the blind, turn 4, hug that outside curve, then flick it in and pray it sticks through. Long sweeping off-handed turn 5. A little bit of a squirm there for Bopton coming through there into 6 and 7, I believe.
I'm just going to sit back, head back into the field. There's some great battles going at the back. We'll head back up to Bopton and Mercy if there's more action. But at the moment, we've got Marty B and Medi fighting for P12 and P13. We've got Daniel Starr. Sam has actually gotten past Daniel Starr. Maybe he's led him through a bit of team orders going on there. But we've got Alan Santa, Marty B, Gordo. Sorry, we've got Kaio, Medi, Marty B, Alan Santa, Gordo, and Daniel Starr all fighting for P9. It's like a train of about 5-6 cars, and they're very close, but they're managing to maintain distance so that they can keep fighting for another day.
Yep, and the battle still continues off for 4th. It's going to be side by side through 1 and 2 between Medi and Bopton.
Yep, back up to there. Mercy and Bopton having a
Back.
great battle.
Bopton giving maybe the squeeze off the racetrack. They make their way through turn 3, and it looks like Brito has brought the podium into contention for these two as well.
Yep. And looking at the top two, Silpil, our newest Tier 1 driver, has pulled out a 3-second gap. And Natobian also pulled out a 3-second gap to Grito.
Yeah. For a Tier 2 driver, you know, it's not what you want. Bopton having to the chicane there, a little mistake. They come up through the S's, weaving left and right up to Sector 3 timing line. This is where Mercy gains a lot of ground, maybe a bit too much ground as he turns Bopton and gives himself some damage. That's going to draw the yellow sector out.
We saw that. That was so unfortunate. He just missed his braking point. I would imagine it wasn't intentional. Missed his braking point, spun Bopton, but he's got himself damaged.
ISO's out, and the safety car comes out.
What happened there? ISO, where's he?
ISO, he is somewhere in Sector 2.
He's already gone. The marshals have already cleared it.
I'd assume he's just, if it's where I think it is, just past that kink. He's probably carried a bit too much speed and spun it.
Oh, but look at this. The rain has stopped and there's drivers going onto dry tyres. I've seen hards go on, mediums go on.
Too early.
I don't know. They're taking a chance.
The rain might have stopped, but you still got that sitting water on the racetrack. And being as undulate as this track is, you're still going to have water running down the track.
And looking at Mertz coming out of, he looked like he was a turtle skating on ice right there. He's really struggling to, like he coming out of the pits with cold tyres onto a wet track on hards. It's not what you want. That is a massive risk and a massive gamble. If it pays off, excellent. There's a couple of other drivers that have taken that risk as well. We've got Marty B for Ferrari on mediums. We've got Gordo, TP for Haas on hards as well. Mertz and Bang, who's reserving today for, I can't remember, but he is reserving today.
Bang is reserving for Mercedes.
There you go.
Actually, while we have this safety car out, we'll run through who is reserving for who.
But I tell you what, while you do that, Silpil, our newest Tier 1 driver, is jumped into the pits as well. He must have been past the exit when the safety car was called. Let's see what he goes on to. I have a feeling he is going to go onto dry compound, and it is the medium compound tyre. So he's potentially going for a 2-stop. Mediums won't go to the end. That's 23 laps. Everyone else is going on either hards or mediums. So yeah, sorry, go through the reserves.
Silpil is reserving for Alpine today. T8 for Red Bull. Bang is reserving for Mercedes. Kai is reserving for Alfa Romeo, and I believe Jedith is reserving for Alpine. No, not Alpine. Doesn't say where he is. Oh yeah, there your reserves.
Ads, just acknowledging your message. You do not have to remind me of that. I was actually thinking about that exact same point. Cuds in Season 4, in Tier 4, actually did drive 28 laps on mediums to win that race. His tyres were on, I think he sent me a screenshot, they were on about 85%, and he was absolutely pooing himself thinking that his tyres were going to explode at any point. So, I mean, The mediums could go to the end, 23 laps, but I would prefer to be on hards myself. But anyway, in this situation, we've got the top 5, Natobian, Sam, Bopton, Daniel Starr, Broseph, have decided not to take that gamble. Broseph just dived into the pits.
As you say that, Broseph dives in.
Yeah.
So he's coming in for medium compound tyres.
And I think
B, double stack for Ferrari. Here we go. We've got a few drivers coming in now.
Yeah, but I don't think there'll be doubles.
Gordo overtaking Matty B in the pit lane.
Wow. That was interesting.
It looks like Gordo's going back onto the intermediates from the look of things.
Looks like Marty B has had to change a wing. Not sure. Oh, I think I saw a message pop up. Medi and Marty B came together. Medi got a 5-second penalty. Let's have a quick look at the penalties. Yeah, so Medi and Gordo have both 5-second penalties. I think Gordo got a 5-second penalty from contact with Marty B, and Medi got the same thing.
So racing should resume the next couple laps as they follow the AMG safety car around the last couple of corners. It looks like it's staying out for another lap here.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'll stay out for another lap at least to see if those cars can catch up. But we've got a very mixed field with different tyre compounds.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen this before in a league race where we've got a safety car and we've got some people going, yeah, let's stay on the inters. We've got other people going, nah, let's get onto the dry tyres. I mean, looking at the track, it still looks wet. There's still a sheen, like a wet sheen from the battery light, the battery harvesting light on the car in front. So
it's still too early to go to dries, I reckon. So those that have stayed out on the intermediate tyre, they're going to be the biggest winners out of all this, I reckon.
But only winners for like a few laps. They're still going to have to come in.
It will be for a few laps, but in the long run, you're probably going to gain that gap that you need to then come in and make your stops. So it could go either way here. We'll find out when we go back to green flag racing. Shouldn't be too long from now.
So while we're waiting, let's quickly talk about the new drivers. As we said, Silpil, it's his first day. It's his debut in Inters this weekend, and he was allocated to Tier 2. Not sure whether that was quite right.
Tier 1.
He's definitely Tier 1. But we've also got new drivers. We've got Yusuf, who's new for Alfa Romeo. He will be joined by Ethimon, who was last night's race winner in Tier 3 from after the season break. So let's get back on board Natobian. We're about to go green. Natobian backing up the pack while the safety car gets to the pit entrance. We'll just make sure that this is a clean getaway by Natobian and the other cars. So he'll have the ability to go whenever he wants.
This is going to be a sketchy restart.
I have a feeling he's going to...
Is it still wet enough? We'll find out. We come around last one. We are green yet again.
And we've already got Bopton and Sam battling for P2. And Daniel Stark bringing up the rear. It's very clean into turn 1. Everybody going single file. Silpil leading the dry runners away. We'll see how he goes. If he drops back, then you're correct at the moment with regards to the right tyre to be on. Looks like Daniel Starr and the four in front are actually pulling a bit of a gap, so I think you're actually on the money there, Ethan.
It's a bit of a four-way dogfight back here.
Yep.
Between
Mercy.
9, 10, 11, and 12. Might become a 6-car fight soon. These guys don't get a move on.
And you can see Santa has already overtaken Yusuf on the intermediate tyres, so I have a feeling. And then Kaio, Mertz, PRL, Aussie. It's a massive car park towards the midfield.
It is huge, and it's all around the hard compound tyre as well, so the hard not really the right choice, but I'll give it to those that went to the drives. They've made it work, and we're just going to keep chipping away, I reckon.
Yeah, and I'm just on board with Santa at the moment. Looks like he's got so much more grip than Yusuf in front of him, trying to go round him, and Yusuf saying, no, 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 you need to stay behind me. But Santa has got the grip, and Yusuf just does not.
The pit window opens back to go back onto the intermediates, although the track drying, I don't know how much longer those inters last. Maybe a good few laps, I'd say.
Santa and Gritto going side by side. Oh, they come together. There's contact. It's wheel to wheel. Bang tyres, but look at the gap that Daniel Starr is pulling on Silpil. It's definitely not dry tyre time yet. It's already 2.5 seconds, and we know how quick Silpil is. Santa has made his way up to P6 from P7 or 8, I think he was in at the safety car restart.
Yeah, and it's close throughout the whole field, and there's a retirement. There goes Gordo, and that's going to bring the safety car back out.
So now it might be time to go onto those tyres, maybe. But you're right, it's a safety car. I mean, if it keeps going like this, Jenneth's going to be on the podium. Let's see what happens here. Do the top four, who made the right decision to stay out on intermediates. No, they've pulled in. They're saying it's time. All four of them are in the pits. Natobian, Sam Bopton, and Daniel Starr. What does Silpil do? He continues on because he's got fresh mediums.
It's still too wet.
I agree with you, but we've got all of the drivers, so far, all of the drivers that decided to stay out on intermediates are now coming in. Oh, except for Kaio. Kaio stayed out. That's a bold move. Sam's gone on to fresh inters. That's an interesting. And so has Daniel Starr. They both think that it's not dry enough. It's still too wet for dry tyres.
It's still way too wet for dries. Way too wet. May as well chuck it on an ice ring.
Yeah, I think I might have to agree with you there, man.
So,
I think Kaio's playing the 1000 IQ strategy of just staying out. He's on 4-lap-old intermediates. He has a good point that he's probably going to be a lot quicker, have a lot more grip still than the guys in front that are on 5-lap-old dry compound tyres.
yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, but we'll see what happens. Silpil is going to take charge when we go back racing eventually. We should, if everyone stays on the track, be going green this time round. Not this time, next time round.
Yeah, they'll be doing one more.
And it looks like Silpil is trying to get the safety car to hurry up.
We just had a message from the one of the drivers, the saying that the dries actually feel really good. Yeah, Kaio's
coming in, so he's coming off those intermediates, it looks like.
And so is Sam, and so is Daniel Starr. So I'm not sure whether they had a miscommunication with the pit crews, and the pit crews put them on the wrong tyre, or whether they thought they might try to see if fresh inters were the right way to go. They've whichever the outcome, or whichever the scenario, the whole grid are now on dry tyres. So
and looking at the track from Silpil's onboard, the track is fairly dry. I reckon it is dry tyres now. So,
it is now. That sheen is gone. That moist sheen has disappeared.
It's good enough for dries. Whether it's good enough for the hard compound, though, I don't know. That's a tricky one to judge.
Well, this is going to be quite an interesting safety car restart, because we've got a bunch of people on not old tyres but used tyres. We've got a bunch of people on fresh tyres, but the main part of this safety car restart is that everyone is now on the dry compound. So we've got a mix of hards and mediums. Safety car will be in this lap.
So, Silpil is going to hold the pack up.
Oh, we've got a severe...
And the safety car's back out. I think the safety car has been redeployed. Well, I don't know.
No, the safety car's in.
The message did just come up, so it looks like we're going back racing this time round. Round the final corner, they're going to lead them to the green. We're back underway.
Oh, Bopton's going to make a move on Medi. He's coming down the inside down to turn 1. Is he going to go for a dive? He does. They give him space. Medi keeps it round the outside, but
it's skirmish, but that's a great move.
No, Bopton doesn't pull it off. Medi maintains P8. It's a great little battle into turn 1. Let's go back up to the front. Silpil already almost a second. Gritto just hanging onto his gearbox, but I don't know whether he's going to be able to do it. Gritto's not having a good time in P2 at the moment because Silpil is on mediums. He's on a better, softer compound, got more grip, and now Gritto is going to come under a huge amount of pressure from the 3, 4, 5 cars behind him on fresher tyres. Also, Marty B, Natobian and Medi on mediums.
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky one to judge going to the end of this one.
Keep an eye out for deltas. Let me know when you see deltas on the timing screen so we can see battles. Because I'm at the moment on board with Natobian. He's on fresh mediums, 2-lap-old mediums, and Silpil.
Sector 3, that's a car around at the start-finish line. It's off the racing line, so we're going to see
it's Mercy.
The race continue. Or is the safety car going to make a third appearance in, 5 laps? 5 racing laps?
Mercy, who's on top of the ladder at the moment, has had an incident. Don't know whether he spun or whether he was tapped or whether he was touched. But look, we're not even halfway through the race. My gosh, this race seems to be going forever already. But Silpil's already gapped Gritto by 2.8 seconds. Gritto is under extreme, immense pressure from Yusuf. We'll stay on board with them for the moment because that is where the main action is happening. But there's battles all the way up and down the field. I can see T8 right behind Alan Santa back in P11 and P10. And
from
Kyo
Santa down to, I want to say, maybe Sam. That's all one big battle, one big train, and they're all trying to get past each other, and they're being pretty respectful about it.
And it's Aussie goes for a move. No, it was Natobian going for a move on Aussie. No, sorry, the other way around. It was Aussie going for a move on Natobian. And Marty B is coming up the clackers. He's right behind, but like you say, DRS is now enabled. So
here comes Santa on Broseph. Down the front straight, they're going to look for a move. Broseph is going to go a bit defensive. A little further back, though, it looks like Mertz is going to have a look on the inside of T8.
And he gets the move. Oh, no. Tonic and Mertz
He
and
gets
T8.
moved. T8 gets moved down on Mertz, and
Oh!
contact between the two of them. And T8's going to get back around, and this is going to be one big traffic jam. T8 gets back in front of Mertz, coming out through the kink of four. And it looks like Kyle and Sam has a bit of an issue, slowing down, letting Daniel start into cornering. It's all kicking off at the back of the pack.
It is all kicking off, absolutely. Griddo is still maintaining that P2, but he's now been dropped by 3.5 seconds. But keeping Natobian and Yusuf and Griddo. But I can tell you now, Natobian on those... Oh!
Safety car deployed. That has to be a safety car.
Kyo is out.
Massive. That was a massive hit.
I can see the car in the background. We've got pits. So Silpil is going to take advantage of this safety car. He's going on to the hards. Yep, so he's going on to the hards, which is probably because he doesn't have any fresh mediums left. I mean, mediums could go to the end now, but hards are definitely a good shout. They are a very durable tyre and will get you to the end. We're just over halfway through this race, or just pretty much right on halfway through this race. It's been very eventful. We've had 3 DNFs, Kyo, Gordo and ISO have all DNF'd. And we've had different tyre compounds. We've had rain. This is our second safety car. We've had yellow flags. We've had contact. We've had it all, haven't we, Ethan?
It's been a handful of a race.
It's been a handful.
It really has been. I did see a little bit of the car crash, and he went into the wall pretty hard, sideways too. I don't know whether he was tapped or if he just dusted on his own, but it was a pretty big contact.
We have had a message though from the race control. The driver is okay. He has exited the car. The car is not okay, but the driver is okay. He will go to the medical facility in the pits and be checked over. But he's got out of the car and he's walked away from that crash, which is amazing. You know something about that, don't you, Ethan?
Very much so, yes.
It's good to walk away.
It is very good. That feeling, walking away from such a high-speed impact, it feels like you've been reborn in a way. So,
good way to put it.
17, 18 laps into this race, and Gordo leads them.
Gordo's out.
Griddo leads them.
It's okay. Griddo, who was the TP of Aston Martin. So that's looking at that black and white flag there. Let's have a quick look at that. Ouch! 8-second penalty.
Yeah, it's not good. You don't want to get that many penalties, especially at a track like this, because it is so easy to exceed track limits.
You really don't want to get 8 seconds at any track, but this track is brutal when it comes to track limits. When your tires get old, and you're racing behind or in front of someone, you're trying to keep someone behind you, or you're trying to overtake. It's so easy to go off track, and yeah, the FIA stewards are very strict about track limits, and you get 2 warnings. And then you get a 3-second penalty. So I think that extra 5-second penalty was when I think he made contact with another car.
Possibly.
Maybe if you jump into the race director, you can find out and let us know. So the safety car will be in. So let's get on board with Griddo. Make sure everything's kosher. I wonder if we'll actually see some sun, or if it's going to stay overcast. There's some big clouds. Maybe we might get some more rain at the end of the race.
Very well could. We're not ruling it out. 18 laps down in this one. Silpil has dominated this whole week, and he's in 10th. How long is it going to take me to get up to the lead? Green flag racing resumes.
And he's away. He's taken them away. Clean getaway. We've got all 17 cars. We've got Bopton on the inside of Marty B. Is he going to go for a dive? He does. Marty B sticks it round the outside. Oh, and he touches that inside curb, but he does keep it clean. Marty B gets the move done. Sorry, Bopton gets the move done on Marty B. But we can see that Gritto and Yusuf are battling up the front. Very exciting.
It is very close to the front. Bopton, he is really pushing that car, that Mercedes, to its limits. He's up to 5th. He has IRL Aussie ahead of him. And ooh, a bit of a moment for our race leader there coming through the chicane. It's very close as they come up to Sector 3.
Oh, Yusuf gets very squiggly but manages to maintain it. And Gritto's just let Natobian pass. I have a feeling that was a bit of a team order. Obviously, Gritto being the TP. But Bopton and PRL Aussie battling around turn 13. And as we finish the first lap after the safety car, we have all the cars in. We've had a few position changes with Marty B still on the tail of Bopton. It's very exciting.
There's a change of lead. There's positions changing everywhere. PRL Aussie around the outside, but tries the outside of Gritto. Bopton down the inside, has a crack at it. It's all over the place. Bopton,
there's action everywhere.
Bopton and Marty B go at it. PRL Aussie and Gritto go at it as well.
Gritto gets well out of shape on turn 2, but manages to stay on track. But this is so exciting. Silpil up to P7. I think he was in P8 or P9 at the safety car restart, but he's on those fresh hards.
I just wonder if Aussie has something wrong with that car, because that is very, very slow from the McLaren driver. Holding up the field. We've
also missed Natobian getting into the lead, passing Yusuf. Sorry about that, Natobian. But yeah, Yusuf on 13 and PRL Aussie on 13 lap hards. Not going to be a match for Natobian ever on 8 lap old mediums.
There is action everywhere you look.
I'm going to sit on board with Silpil as he comes around the final corner, right on the gearbox of Marty B. He is burning a little bit of overtake.
Silpil down the inside, he's going to have a crack. Oh, bit of a bang wheels there, but he's going to get the move done. And it looks like Alisana is going to have a crack as well. And Marty B covers it off beautifully.
Yeah, teammates from AlphaTauri in last season. I bet you there's a lot of respect there, but a lot of action going along up and down the grid. I'm going to head back up to Bopton, who is following Gritto. He's on fresher hards, so he's got better grip out of the corners, better grip into the corners, and as they come to the chicane of 6 and 7, nice and easy. Oh, Gritto gets over that chicane a little bit. He's a little bit all over the place. Bopton's got so much more grip, you can see that from Bopton's point of view. He is going to try and get this move done very shortly. But he's got to get...
And he has Silpil right on his gearbox. He's going to have a look down the inside. Bopton covers off. It's a 3-car fight for 4th here. What does he do? Does he attack or does he defend?
Oh, he's got to do a little bit of both, I have a feeling, because he's got to get past Gritto right on this straight. This is crucial for him to make this move done. Let's stay on board with these three and see how this transpires down the main straight. Bopton moves to the inside. Oh! What happened there?
I don't know. I have no idea what happens, but a virtual safety car will come out and Bopton will be saved here.
Bopton gets the move done. He must have been ahead of him before that virtual safety car was called.
It didn't look like it was ahead, but it's definitely saved from Silpil. Because that would have been...
Silpil gets past Gritto as well. That's very curious.
It didn't look like... Well, they have too. So,
Oh
oh
no!
no,
That
Yusuf.
is the worst thing you want to see as a driver. That drive-through penalty at 22 laps. That
It
is so unfortunate.
looks like we're back racing. So Bopton and Silver effectively fighting for 30.
Oh, he gets a
Oh,
great. Bopton gets all out of shape. Goes down the Silpil goes down the inside on turn 12. As they head up to turn 13, Silpil has sealed the deal, made it done, got it done on those fresh hards, and he has the top three in his sights. They're all on 15 lap or 11 laps. We've got Yusuf diving into the pits to serve his drive-through. So unfortunate and so frustrating for the driver that was doing so well today for Alfa Romeo.
yeah, very upsetting. But the race continues on. He still has a chance to get it all back. And there's still battles up and down the grid, no matter where you look. And oh, a bit of banging wheels between Gritter and Mighty B there, and all out of shape. Keeps it going.
Yep, Gritto is not enjoying those 16-lap-old hards at the moment. He is really struggling for grip out there. You can see he's lost about 7 positions. I think he was in P2.
He is definitely not having a good day. Might be.
And he's now coming under pressure from Daniel Starr on 10-lap-old hards behind him, and T8 unit, and Sam, and Broseph, and Janet.
A whole train.
It's a massive train all the way from P6 down to P13. This is amazing racing. Don't know where to look. So much going on. But I will actually look up to... Sorry, I'm going to look up to Silpil, taking the inside line, getting past PRL Aussie.
Well before the braking zone. Well done.
Well done. And he has 59% of his battery left to get after Natobian, who is 7 seconds up the road. But he is on older mediums, and Silpil is on fresher hards. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see how many laps it takes. I'm going to guesstimate 4 laps. 5 laps. I reckon by lap 29, he's going to be on Natobian's tail. Let's come back to that. What else is going on? We've got Santa right behind Marty B. It is all kicking off. There's penalties flashing up on the screen like nobody's business.
Daniel Starr putting Dorito under immense pressure as a whole. I'm surprised no one's run up the back of someone yet with how close these cars are travelling in a train.
No, they've doing very well. It's great close racing. But this is what the Hungaroring is known for. It's renowned for this type. Monaco without the barriers, they call it. And as they come around the final corner, the second last corner, penultimate corner, that's the word. We have...
Going to the pits here. Matty B comes into the pits. There's a few places here. Down the front straight. DRS.
I would say he's going to go onto fresh mediums.
Oh, a bit of contact here. We're getting out of shape. Daniel Starr and Gritto.
Oh, Gritto's oversteered into Sam. Into the Williams of Sam. He has not done him any favours there.
Not good at all. And now Sam is under pressure from Broseph. Is Broseph going to have a look here? Keep it behind him. To come through the kink of 4.
Sam's gone a little bit wide there.
Broseph, have a look on the outside here.
Oh,
gets it
what
done.
a move round the outside like a couple of Buffalo girls. That is brilliant.
What a move.
But I think the reason there is that Sam has front wing damage. He's lost an end plate. He's trying to get back to the pits as quickly as possible, but has essentially become a mobile chicane with Gritto trying to get past him and also Jeneth.
Sam's still defending pretty hard, it looks like, as well, from the cars behind. Bit of tap up the backside from Gritto, and Sam will dive into the pits.
Santa's in the pits as well. Yeah, Sam Sam does have wing damage, I think, from the understeer, the understeer of Griddo on turn 1 that we actually caught on stream. It was very unfortunate because Sam was actually running a really good race. But let's go back up the front. Silpil making up 2 seconds already, 1.5, almost 2 seconds on Natabian.
So, bit of a dive bomb here from Jonathan Griddo.
Yeah, there's a bit of action back at the pack, at the back of the pack, or the mid pack.
Don't know if that was a necessary move, but the race continues.
The race does continue. It's sort of calmed down a little bit looking at those deltas. We've got T8 sitting right beside Daniel Starr, so let's keep an eye on that little battle that's going on for P6.
Jennifer is really trying to put Griddo under some pressure here for 9. Getting pretty close with him. Maybe look to make a move into turn 1 with the RS.
Well, he's trying to get as close as possible so he can get a good exit out of the final corner. And let's follow them down the straight. Griddo goes wide.
Oh, had a look.
Jeneth tries to have a look in the inside, but now he will be able to make the move done in clean air. Goes to the outside, and he gets the move done. But Griddo tries to switch back, and it looks like, I was going to say, haven't come around the corner. Maybe they've come together.
They're still side by side.
Bit of wheel banging.
Oh, a bit of sliding as well from Griddo as they come around the corner, but he's going to regain that position.
Griddo just did not want to give up.
Never say die. That was great fighting.
Quick news flash. Silpil, 3.8 seconds. So I think my prediction of lap 29 is going to be right on the money. Let's come back to that in a moment. Yusuf has caught up to Jeneth and Griddo, so now Yusuf has joined this battle to get past Griddo. Let's see if Yusuf can do what. Let's see if Yusuf can. Let's see if Yusuf can do what Jeneth could not.
Yeah, and not far behind them is Matty B, closing in rapidly. So we'll see what happens.
He's on fresh mediums. I think he's got a definite advantage.
Moment there. Coming back on the track. Going to be side by side. Bit of banging wheels down the front straight. It's a drag race to turn 1. Giving them the squeeze. Already wide possibly to turn 1.
No.
It looks like
there's a bit of understeer from Yusuf, and Griddo's gone in front of Marty B, but he's gone on the grass. He's on the outside into turn 2. Goes round the outside, gets the move done on those fresh mediums. That was amazing driving by Marty B. Well done. And what a move. That was a 3-car overtake. Oh my God, I think I need a cloth. That was amazing. I love to see that stuff. So clean, so effortless. What a legend.
And Alexander's joined this one as well. Griddo and Yusuf side by side. Here comes Alexander, a bit of a tap at the back of Yusuf. They're not giving up here. And there goes Alexander.
Alexander's out. Not another car. It's a virtual safety car. Oh, gives him a chance to just slow down and cool those tyres. Those tyres will be running quite hot now that the sun's out, especially those ones that are 22 laps. PRL Aussie, Mercy on 22 lap old. And we've got some people. Griddo's into the pits. I have a feeling that might be a...
Do you go to the softs from this point in?
You would go the softs, I would imagine. That's going to be another...
Like that's what they're chucking on.
Alright, so he stopped for that 5-second penalty. He's going to get that 5-second penalty removed. They're putting softs on, and they're putting a fresh front wing. So Griddo is going to be rapid. We've got Jeneth, Yusuf on fresh softs. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6.
And the full safety car's out.
Full course safety car.
The full course safety car is out. This is going to be interesting to the end now.
It's going to be a spicy finish, Ethan. It's going to be a very spicy finish. I think it's going to be Mexican spicy with a bit of hot tamale sauce. Hungarian sauce even. Probably not
So,
Mexican.
It looks
Natobian.
like we might be going for a green-white checker.
Natobian, yes. Natobian has gone in. He's on 17 lap old medium. He wants to get rid of those. Silpil has jumped in. I would imagine PRL Aussie. Bopton's continued on. He wants track position.
This is going to be an interesting one to the end here.
Mercy's dived in. Daniel Starr has stayed out. He likes the idea of track position as well.
So,
oh my lord, this is going to be very spicy. We've got
FRL will maintain track position despite coming to the pits. He's going to maintain the lead.
He maintains the lead. That's good news for him because he's got a mobile chicane of 2 hard runners between him and the other soft runners. Everyone else is on softs except for Bopton and Daniel Starr.
Yes, very much so. So this is going to be an interesting one. It looks like Bopton's given up second place here to Daniel Starr.
What just went on? Did he go off track? I missed that.
I saw them swap. It was that turn 4, so I don't know what happened there. But yeah, those two have switched positions now. And it's going to be very much so possibly a green-white checker to the end. No.
So just looking at, I think they're going to do, they will probably be doing one more lap. So at the end of this lap, if the safety car comes in, it will be lap 32. So they'll have 4 more racing laps, 32, 33, 34, 35. That is going to be a very exciting 4 laps. We've got every car except for 2 on fresh softs. Well, actually, some of them aren't on fresh softs. Some of them are on slightly used softs. But fresher than 18 lap old and 19 lap old hards. Yeah, let's have a quick look. Sorry, I was just going to say I'm going to have a quick look at the penalties. Only 3 drivers with penalties. I have a feeling that's probably going to change before the end of the race. Because there's going to be some off-track excursions to try and defend and attack. It's going to be a little bit of carnage. Fun carnage.
Yes.
Good carnage.
How many more times do you reckon the safety car's going to come out? We've got 4 to go.
I think
16 cars remain.
I think this will be it. I have a feeling this will be it. We might get another virtual safety car, but I don't think we'll get another full course safety car. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Or even full course. It is. I'm not going to count it out, but it is still very much on the cards here, I reckon. Safety car comes in this lap.
All right. Jump on board with Natobian.
16 cars are left.
Natobian. Let's go, mate. Let's go. You've got the invitation to the race win, to the podium. Let's see how you do on the next 4 laps. Let's see how Daniel Starr Bopton does. He's gone. He's decided to go.
4 laps. We're green yet again.
And as they cross the finish line, everybody's round that final corner. Daniel Starr already 1.2 seconds behind Natobian. Bopton hot on his tail. Silpil doesn't go for the move just yet. He knows that he's got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Through it
Goes
on
to the outside.
inside.
Round the outside of Bopton of turn 2. Gets the move done, and now he's got Daniel Starr in his sights. Goes up the hill. Is he going to make the move round the outside of turn 4? He does, but he goes off track. He's gone off track. Does he have to give that position back?
I'd say he has to.
He looks like he's giving the position back. And Bopton tries to take advantage of that. He's got PRL, Mercy, T8 unit, Marty B. Everyone is sitting behind him going, get past those guys. Get past those guys.
Phil, he's going to have a look maybe around the outside here. He's going to hang it out there. Nothing's going to come of it. He'll look again down the inside.
Gets the move done cleanly.
Ferraris look like they're having a battle of their own back here. Matty B, Broseph, Yusuf, Rito's up there as well. He's having a look again into 10th here. Gloves are all ready to go.
3, 1 down, 3 to go.
Gonna defend here. Bopton, he is hungry for this position. It's 3 wide. And he's got done by the 2 McLarens.
Oh, he's made contact. Oh no! Oh! Bopton's out. Marty B has made contact. Several cars, because he turned round. It wasn't his fault. He made contact and turned round.
Oh no!
Gritto's off track.
He has to have some damage. Again, he's been in the war, so nearly loses it, and there goes a car, another one.
And who is that? That's Gritto and Bang. Gritto bangs Grit.
And there's another one up the road.
Oh, he's decided he wants to drive through him.
It's all kicked off in the last few laps.
Okay, let's leave that for the moment. The stewards will be looking at that later. We've got cars that are going too wide round turn 13. We've got Silpil that's 4 seconds behind Natobian. Will he be able to make that up, even on the fresh softs in the next 2 laps? They've got 2 laps left to go. There's battles everywhere.
Gloves are off, there's 2 to go.
Silpil making up time, but not probably enough for 2 laps. Battling back down the track. We've got Mertz and Yusuf and Aussie. Sam is right there as well, going too wide. Goes off track. But oh, he tries to go down the inside. He's had a bit of a spin. He's chucking a lawnmower. Sorry, let's go back to the top.
Oh, kind of the inside as well. Who's that? That's Broseph having a look on the inside of Sam here. This is a battle for 10th. The last points playing position here. Doesn't quite work out for Broseph though. And it looks like Yusuf and Daniel Starr go at it. That didn't go down well for Yusuf. He's almost conceded to Aussie.
And Yusuf and PRL going wheel to wheel round the final corner to try and get up into 6th place.
And down into 5th now. Easy does it. Oh, and there goes Yusuf. No, he kept it on. He just held on.
Yep, Daniel Starr holding on to, clinging for dear life to P6 at the moment. He's got a 3-second time penalty, but he's got 3 cars behind him, 3 cars behind him that want to get past. We've got Yusuf that's right on his tail, red light flashing like a hooker on Sunday morning. We've got also behind him Mehdi, TTV Mertz wanting to get the job done as well. Can they get the job done? They've got 4 more corners to do it.
And as you say,
gets the run on him.
Corner, the race leader around the last corner. Natobian will win Hungarian Grand Prix.
Silpil will come in second, P2, and Mercy, who was having a bit of a shocker, manages to get on the podium with P3, T8 unit reserving for Red Bull, P4, PRL Aussie, P5, Yusuf P6. Daniel Starr manages to get into the points. Mertz manages to get past him, but that's mainly because he has had a 3 second time penalty. Sam over the line, P10. Broseph Coop lets Marty B go in front of him. A very gentlemanly gesture so that Marty B can bring home extra points considering he is P2 in the championship. And Jenneth, reserving for Tier 2, comes across the line in P13 with Griddo, the final car for this evening, P14. Oh, I think I need a cigarette after that one. In-game driver of the day is awarded to Medi, but we'll have to have a discussion about who we think the driver of the day is, Ethan. What are your thoughts on that? When you have a moment. And as they do make their celebrations, their podium celebrations, that was a very, very eventful, exciting race. We're going to try and get some folks into the commentary box. Let's have a look. We've got all of the... Scrolling down for Battle Cat, make sure that he gets his screenshots. So, Natobian wins the Hungarian Grand Prix, Silpil P2, Mercy P3, and yeah, it's a very, very exciting race this evening. We've been joined by our race winner, Natobian. Congratulations, mate. P1. That was an epic race. That was for us. We were sitting in the commentary box and nice and dry. But tell us about the race from your perspective, mate.
Long time coming, I can tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
Heart's racing. Where to start? I'm not too good in the wet usually, so I was quite surprised I was pulling a bit of a gap. To the others. Silpil, my God, is he quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wet weather, I was just trying to take it as calm as I could, but as quick as I could, but just braking a little bit early than usual, bit more throttle on exit, just to get that good straight line speed out of the corners, but very, very, very good race.
Just remind me, you're with Aston Martin, yeah?
Correct.
Cool. I'm just going to get the Aston Martin car up so that we can see your glorious car, even though we're not racing them at the moment. Yeah, look, when the safety car came out that second time, because you stayed out on the intermediates for the first safety car.
Yes, I did. And I did it for a reason.
And that was a good move, though. That was a good move because it wasn't the right time, was it, by the look of it?
It wasn't, no. I kept checking the weather report and my engineer kept saying, no, Inter's are still the best, Inter's are still quicker, Inter's are still quicker. And wasn't until it came to the crossover, until the second safety car, and that's when I decided to come in and pit on meds.
Yeah. We did notice that because we saw that there were 4 cars out in front, yourself, Griddo, Daniel Starr, and another car that I can't remember. Yusuf maybe, that had stayed out on the Inters, and you guys were pulling a decent gap to Silpil, who, as we know, is pretty rapid, as we found out.
Yes.
But yeah, that second safety car, we saw you all dive in, so it must have been, you guys made the 3000 IQ call really to do that. That was, it was cool to watch because, Ethan and I were both saying, was it ready for dries? That's a pretty decent gamble, and it clearly wasn't. So, well done, mate.
Well, Yeah, thank you. I was in chat with my teammate Greedo, and he pitted for hards on the first safety car, and he was telling me, yeah, it's not ready, it's not ready, it's not
It's
ready.
yeah,
So yeah,
we
that's why I
could
didn't come
tell.
in. Um, but also, I saved a set of softs in quali, and as soon as that last safety car came out, I thought, yep, this is it. And Silpil followed me, and I'm thinking, I don't think he saved a new set. I think he was on an old set, and that's why he couldn't catch me as quick.
And you had that buffer of two very, very slow guys on 22, like Daniel Starr and Boptin on 22 and 21 lap old hards. So it was like a gift. Someone just said, "Here,
I know.
Natovian, here's a gift. We'll gift you this race win." I'm not. You did work hard for it, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you obviously raced really well. But just having those two guys behind you, that all of everyone else was on softs, having that buffer must have been really like. What were your thoughts? Did you think, "Oh my God, this is like"?
Oh, I was chatting to my teammate and I'm like, I've got these two guys behind me. I've got a bit of a buffer. If I can catch them sleeping at the restart, which I think I pretty much
Oh,
did.
you did. By the end of
Uh,
by turn one, you were 1.4 seconds in front of Daniel Starr.
yeah, so I thought if I got that buffer, then Sealpeel will find it quite difficult to catch me. And then he got that 3 second penalty, which I saw, and I was like, yes, finally, I should have got it in guitar. I didn't.
Oh man,
But
as you
finally,
say, long time coming, mate. You're in P5 at the in the championship. That will probably move you up a place into P4 in front of Battlecat because he was away today.
yeah,
But yeah, well done, mate. That's your second podium. You got a P3, but now you have a P1 to your name. So congratulations, mate.
beautiful.
Have a
Thank you.
good season break, and we'll see you in Austria in a couple of weeks, mate. Look forward to it.
Definitely. Cheers, guys. And thanks for all the people and the commentators, of course, for putting this show on. It's
Yeah,
so much fun. Cheers,
yeah,
guys.
cool. Do you have any other shout outs you want to say?
Uh, not really.
Cool, mate. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Go and enjoy your podium celebration, mate.
Will do. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
See ya. We have also team principal for McLaren, Mercy. Welcome to Comms mate, and congratulations on P3.
Yeah, at the moment P3. I did.
Yes, we'll say provisional P3.
Yeah, let's say that.
But
Oh,
congratulations anyway. You
blimey.
you were actually having a bit of a shocker. We saw you you and I say that with the
A bit.
deepest of respect because we all have shockers. But to come back from you were basically at the back of the grid at the beginning of the race. We saw you make contact with I can't remember if it was Aussie or
Bopton.
so. Oh, Bopton, yeah. Made contact with Bopton while the Inters were still on, and obviously missed your breaking point. Tell us how you felt at that point.
Pretty. I felt bad because I know that Bopton's a nice guy and we raced for a while and we're pretty clean. So it was never intentional. I just broke a tad too late and unfortunately cleaned him up. I think he escaped damage and did
He
lose too
he
many spots, and I picked up a bit of damage, which obviously was hit him from behind with the wing and went on those hards when it was still raining because it said the weather was clearing. But then, yeah, they obviously weren't the right tyres. So, yeah, I felt pretty bad in the moment. And I was hoping he would finish the race and I would hand him the spot back at the end. But unfortunately, DNF'd.
yeah. Look, that the DNF was by the look of it nothing to do with you. But yeah,
Maybe
when
the other McLaren.
yeah, when you made contact, it did spin him. I don't think he got damage, but he did lose a couple of positions. Look, it was a very exciting race from our perspective. How did you feel going out of quali into the race? Because you qualified in P6 or P5, wasn't it?
Fifth, sixth, something around there. But I accidentally put the harder tyre compound, thinking the quali would be wet and the race would be dry.
Oh,
Because I
okay.
had a sneak peek at the race briefing, and that was yeah, it was the other way around. So I had two sets of softs. So I was going to save them for the feature. So a couple laps on the hards, and then one or 2 runs at the end if I on the softs, and yeah, got up to P5, so it was all right.
Yeah, cool. I mean, look, we are saying P3 at the moment. You are P1 in the championship. You got Marty B, I think 16 points, 14 points behind you. Or was it 24? No, it's 24 points. So you've got. Oh, sorry, it's only 14 points. I'm terrible at math. You should probably never put me in your accountancy team. But look, Marty B, he finished a few quite back in the field. So I feel even if you drop back a couple of places, um, you're still going to be in the lead. But let's wait to see what the stewards say. How
Yeah,
yeah, like
definitely.
how do you feel the championship's going for you at the moment?
Uh, yeah, pretty good. I think Gordo DNF there, so that's more points to him. Um, but yeah, it's going to be a close finish. I might be maybe moving up a tier if I can figure a way out how to do it. So
Well, currently McLaren are in the lead. You're like 17 points in front in the tier three, the tier two standings. And also McLaren, you're only
I think we
12
actually jump
points.
jump up in front of Williams in overall now after that. 'Cause, yeah, I think double
Being
DNF for Haas and Ferrari last night, so
yeah,
that might be a bit
being
interesting.
being a Williams driver, that makes me sad. But I'm happy for you. Look, we're going to
Oh,
wrap it up there, mate. Congratulations on your provisional P3. We'll see what the stewards say. But we will see you. You have yourself a really good break over the season break, and we look forward to seeing you in Austria in a couple of weeks.
all right, mate. Cheers, guys. Thank you for comms and all the work you guys do.
Thanks, Mercy. Appreciate you, dude. Well, I think I've lost my co-commentator.
No,
I
I'm
think he's.
still in.
Oh, you're still there. I did ask you for your thoughts, and you went quiet. So I thought maybe you'd absconded with I don't know, maybe go to the toilet or
Yeah,
something.
had to go to the toilet after that one. Yeah, it was a great
Yeah.
race. It was a great race overall. It was a bit of everything, which is what we like to see. So it was great to see these guys out there doing the best they can, battling hard, and yeah, can't wait for the next one a couple of weeks' time in Austria.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me. Appreciate all the comments and the followers on Twitch. Uh, Tune in for our Tier 1 race tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. I think there's going to be a very exciting race. We have Marty B and Broseph in comms on Sunday afternoon as we normally do. Thanks for joining us today. My name's Tetris, and your name is.
Yeah, Ethan. Yeah.
It's been Tier 2. We appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you next time.